man. Been a long time no see. Happy New Year, everybody. Hopefully this stream is not too slow or laggy or delayed. I'm trying to watch it back to see. Let's see who gets in here first. Mr. R, undefeated champion of the world. Undisputed champion of the universe, Mr. R. You just can't, it just doesn't get any better than Mr. R. The man is undefeated. Mr. R, welcome back. Happy New Year, brother. It's been a long time since I seen you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the break. I was talking to you guys in the Discord though. So, you know what I mean? We were still keeping up with each other. Adib said, what's good? Adib, happy birthday. Happy belated birthday. I missed your birthday, brother. I'm very sorry about that. I'm good, Mr. R. How you doing? Adib, it's the new year. We just got here already voodooing people. You didn't take a break at all. And what did Mr. R do to you? If you want to be first, Adib, you just got to be on point. You're the one who asked me to come on live today. And Mr. R beat you to it. I was expecting you to come on first because you messaged me. I was like, most people don't even know I'm coming on live today, so they're not going to be here. And yeah. But anyways, welcome back, guys. It's been a long time. How you guys doing? Hope you guys are doing great. How's everything going, man? Tell me about what your week or year has been like so far. Right? We're here to kick it. I'm here for about an hour with you guys, so let's chop it up. By the way, guys, the reason why, I don't really have to explain this, but you're obviously not seeing me as much as you used to, and it's always because of y'all. Yes, I'm working on my business stuff in the background, but I'm also trying to set things up for you guys. I'm still negotiating the things I promised, still working on all that stuff. Haven't forgotten nothing, but you know what I mean? I got to get it done because I can't say too much, but just long story short, I'm trying to make it all work out for you guys. But I've missed you guys. Hope you guys miss me too. Don't worry, bro. You're here. That's all that matters. Yes, sir. That's all that matters. As a company, as a group, as a community, that's all that matters. Let me actually put it in the chat real quick. At everyone, I'm live for right now. Y'all could hop in if you want. Let me just send that right now, and boom. So that way people can't say, I didn't get a YouTube notification. All right? You should have at least got the Discord notification. So, yeah. Don't worry, bro. You're here. That's all that matters. Thanks to you, Adib. I missed you so much, bro. Oh, man. Adib, I missed you guys too, man. I missed you guys too. It's been a long time. But we're going to get it cracking. I'm just trying to get everything set up so that this year, as we start, we could just go full on. I believe this year, every year has its own challenges, its own plans, but this year I want us to be focused, and even though we're having fun, chilling, spending time with each other, I want us to get after it. I feel like as a community, we should really make it our priority to make sure that we're all winning. You know what I mean? I don't want our last year's problems to be this year's problems. I don't want this year for us to be like, yeah, I'm still trying to get an account, or I still can't pass it. Like, no, we want those things to be in 2024. This year, 2025, I want to hear you guys are passing challenge. Like what happened with Ludo? You see what I'm saying? Ludo just passed his challenge. He's only been trading with me for like a month, couple weeks to a month. You see what I'm saying? And he already passed, because when we focus and we lock in and we put things in place, things go exactly how they're supposed to go. You know what I mean? So that's what I want for you guys. I want for us as a community, for us to just get after it and do well. Mr. R said, I'm working on getting a job in IT, bro. Good for you. IT pays very well. And if you get a job, it'll help you a lot with your psychology and trading. Trading, when it's your only way to make it, is too stressful. You've got to have something that subsidizes your life so you can just focus on taking the trades that appear and not the ones that you want to show up in the market. You know what I mean? So I think what we'll do on this live stream today is we'll do some goal setting. It's very important that we do some goal settings. If you guys haven't done goals settings, if you haven't set any goals yet, this might be the live for us to do it. And even if you have set goals, there's ways that you can refine your goals, right? Because let's say I'll use Mr. R as an example. Mr. R, this is not to rag on you or nothing. I'm just using your situation as an example. So let's say Mr. R says, okay, for this year, I want to find a job in IT. And he puts that as his goal. He puts that as his goal. The chances of him doing that is not going to be as high as if he said, I want to find a job in IT by February 15th. And I want to find a job that pays this much and is in this field. When you put more specific details in your goals, it's easier for you to identify what you're looking for or to search for what you're looking for, right? So that's what I'm saying. Goal settings is very important. A lot of traders, they say, I want to make 10K a month. It's like, well, how? You have to break it down. How many trades is 10K a month? How many trades do you have to win? How much do you have to lose? And how much do you have to risk for 10K a month? What is the account size? You know what I mean? There's just so many different questions you have to answer before you can get to that expected outcome. So that's what, we should be doing. That's what we should be doing. So yeah. All right. So hopefully we're going to get into things like that. I'm just going to give it like 5 more minutes, see if people hop on. If not, we're going to get straight into doing this so that those of you guys who are here early aren't punished by those who are not. It is the holiday season still for a lot of people. So people are either still with their families or still in trades. It's 11 o'clock. It's Tuesday for me, so I don't trade. And I'm glad that I don't trade on Tuesdays. I was looking at the market earlier today. Not really nothing to go off of. Let me see if I can. Let me see. Yeah, there you go. So for this, right? This is what happened today. 9 o'clock. It's not bad, but not my kind of setup. You see what I'm saying? What's good, Ranker? What's good? Adib said, bro, did you change your background? No, it's still the same. Guys, man, I got so much going on. This background that you guys see, I was supposed to get it done last week. We ordered the stuff to come in, and then when it came in and we were putting it up, I didn't like it. So we sent it all back. So now I have to find a new setup for this office. So, yeah. So anyways, like I said, we're going to be setting goals. We're going to be doing a lot of stuff. We're still going to have fun. We're going to play our Pineapple songs. We're going to do a lot of good stuff as a group, as a community. There's some things I'm working on that I'm not going to share right now, but it's for you guys, like I always say. So it should be more fire in the future. But what I really want for you guys is for you guys to get it this year. I want you guys to hit your goals. I want you guys to, whatever you were struggling with last year, I don't even want it to come up. I want us to get to a point where that is no longer a thing. You see what I'm saying? I don't want to hear, I'm still trying to pass the challenge. I want this year for you to at least pass the challenge. Okay, at least get funded. Like, we got to progress. We got to move forward. And it's going to come by discipline and concentration. We got to focus. You know what I'm saying? So we're going to be a bit more serious this year, but we're still going to have fun. You know what I mean? We are the best community on YouTube. So we're going to have our laughs, our giggles. We're going to have fun. But I'm hoping that we as a community can work together to proactively get ourselves to a better place. So that's what we're working on right now. And like I said, today we might be doing some goal setting. I think something's missing in the background. Like what? Is it the light? No, the light's always there. There's a plant. But that's it. Or are you talking about my laptops? They're all here. My MacBook is here and my other one is tucked away right here. And that's what you're talking about. So I don't know. So yeah, man, we will get into some goal settings maybe, and see how we can make this work. Okay, so let's put some stuff up here. Let me switch this and let's start chopping it up a bit. Let's talk about trading goals. All right. If you guys can help me out with some goals, it doesn't have to be yours specifically, but what are some goals that you have for this week or for this year for trading? What are some goals that you have for this year for trading? Give me just a couple. It doesn't have to be anything personal. It could be like maybe a goal to be a consistent trader or a profitable trader. Let's talk about it. Fauci in the building. I knew you'd be here, brother. I knew you'd be here. What's good, Fauci? Hope you had a great New Year's. Hope you had a wonderful, wonderful holiday rest. Mr. R say, yo, man. I think he's talking to Fauci. Maybe. But anyways, guys, while we are here, while you guys are saying what up to each other and all that good stuff. Okay, passing a funded account. All right, good. We're getting somewhere. Number 1. A challenge and getting funded. By the way, guys, I got a new keyboard and a mouse, so we're not going to have to worry about any of that battery stuff. These ones, because they're chargeable, they last forever. Thank God, eh? Thank God. We were struggling last time. Getting a payout. Okay, cool. 2. Okay. Become the best version of yourself. Okay. So we'll say the best because as it's related to trader, become the best trader you can be, I guess I'll say. Making 10K a month. Okay. Making 10K a month. All right. I'm trying not to blow my account this year. Ranker, let me just say this to you. You obviously have the skill to trade. Trading is perfectly, no, let me not say perfectly fine. We all can improve. But I think there's nothing fundamentally wrong with your trading. The only thing that will cause you to blow your account is obviously, like I talked to you about before, is over trading. If you're going to trade that much, reduce the size. And if you can, what's better than reducing the size? Reduce the amount of trades. That's my honest, humble opinion. But I'll leave you to it because last time I talked to you, you say you have it under control. So I trust you. I trust you, Ranker, that you got it under control. All right. So I'll leave it at that. But let's say try not to blow my funded account. Great. Yo, what's up, everybody? What's good, Toby? Toby in the building. Real quick, everybody, say hi to say happy birthday to Adib. It was Adib's birthday. We missed it because I wasn't on live. So real quick, guys, say happy birthday while you're dropping in your suggestions and your goals for the new year. Say what up. Say happy birthday to Adib. My plan this year and is this month I will perfect my trading strategy. Next month I'll back this strategy. Next I'll become profitable. Okay. So we'll say perfect trading strategy. And then I'll say / hone my craft. Okay. Because that's what you want to do. I thought you, Toby. Yo, what's good? Your brothers, how you doing? Hope everyone had a great week. Ooh, happy birthday. Yes, happy birthday to Adib. We're going to play his birthday song in a bit. Adib, you're going to get your birthday song. Don't worry. But happy birthday to you, brother. I think you're now. Wait, Adib, are you 18 now? Were you the one that was under 18 initially? Are you 18 now? Because if you're 18, then I'm worried because you might be able to actually do the illegal things that the things that were once illegal to you, now you can do them legally, and I'm concerned about you. All right. While we got that going on, accepting a loss. Okay. So psychology, we'll call that psycho because that's all psychology. Psychology. So we'll say strengthen our psychology for now. Manage risk. Okay. What else we got? All right, let's get one more and then we have 10 goals and we're good. Follow my rules. Okay. Discipline. So we'll put become disciplined. And then we'll put in brackets, follow our rules. All right, cool. So you're officially 18. Oh my God. It's about to get crazy. All right, so we have 10 official goals. All right. We're going to use this as a template. I'm going to teach you guys how to set goals. I'm sure you guys have heard of things like SMART goals and things of that nature. What we're going to be doing is very similar, but I'm going to do it obviously in a more practical sense where you guys can understand how to set goals correctly. Okay. The number one thing you need to understand when you're setting a goal is the goal has to be measurable. Okay? It has to be specific, measurable, has to be achievable or attainable. It has to be realistic and it has to be time sensitive. Okay? That's what SMART goals stand for. All right? So first thing we want to do is, I'm not going to go from S all the way to T. I'm going to start with M. M means measurable. Measurable means what does it take? Okay, so let's talk about passing a challenge or getting funded. What does that mean, right? We have to break that down. If we want to pass a challenge, right, we got to obviously first buy one. Let's assume that we've already bought the challenge. Cool. So we've bought a challenge, and let's say this is a 100K challenge. We want to pass the challenge. Passing the challenge means we're going to need a strategy and a system to pass this challenge. So what we need now to apply goal or to attack goal number one is a set of elements, things that we can use to achieve this. So number one, we need a strategy. Okay, we need a strategy that has an edge that works. Number two, we need a system so that we can apply that strategy. In other words, we need rules for ourselves so that we don't jack up the strategy. Okay. Number three, we need to find out what it takes to get funded. So for example, if you're taking a standard 2-step challenge, you're going to know that you're going to need 8% in phase 1, 5% in phase 2, and then you're funded. So you got to break that down. That's 13%. How many trades are you away from that 13%? You got to figure it out. You can't say, well, I risk a 1 to 2. That means if I pass 4 trades, I'm going to make 8%. That's not true. If you are lucky enough to win all 4, yes, but you have to take into account losing trades. You see what I'm saying? That's what people never account for. They're like, oh, I'm a 60% trader, 1 to 2, I should be good. It's like, no, you need to understand with your losses together what your chances of passing are. So how many of you on this live stream know how long it should take you to pass phase 1 just from looking at the numbers? If you know, say me. If not, I'll move on. I'll move on regardless, just so we don't slow this down. You need to understand how much it takes. If you're a trader and you need 4 trades to pass, so 4 winning trades to pass, okay? How many losing trades are you going to have? Well, you're a 60% trader. So in order for you to pass, you're going to have to take what? Maybe 7 trades, okay? So you need 7 total trades to pass, right? Because 4 by 7 is what? Yeah, just about 6% is 57%. Okay, so you need to take at least 7 trades. You see what I'm saying? So people don't account for this. They're just like, oh, I can win now. I got a strategy. It works. You need to take at least 7 trades. Okay, those 7 trades, how many days? How many days would those trades take, right? Because remember, your trades don't show up every single day. Your trades show up when they show up. On average, through every week, how many opportunities present themselves? I would say for me, minimum 3. So if I have 3 opportunities to trade every week, that means I have a total of 12. 3 a week. I'll put this 3 a week equals 12 a month. Okay? So if I have 12 trades, right, then that means I have to take almost every setup that shows itself, right? That follows my rules. And why is this important? Because sometimes we're going to see setups that we don't feel like taking. But if I don't take 12 trades or the 7 trades and I end up taking 6, I take 6 trades. What are my chances of passing? Less than if I took 7, right? If I need to take 7 trades minimum to ensure that I pass, then that means my job as a trader now is to get through the first 7 trades. If I take the first 7 trades and I take them correctly, I'll be fine. So passing a challenge and getting funded isn't just like, bro, I need to get a challenge and I need to lock in and I need to make sure that I follow my rules. We think of these things theoretically because we think it's that simple. But what happens when you get to the challenge? You look at the charts, and because you want to pass this so bad, you either take setups you shouldn't, or you risk more than you shouldn't, or you do something that you didn't account for. So now you were saying, oh, in 4 trades, I'm going to pass. Your first trade, you lost. Your second trade, you lost. Now you're down 2. Your brain is saying, bro, now you're cooked. Now you don't need 7, you need 6 because you got to get 2 just to get back up, right? But it's not true. You actually need 1 just to get back to where you are if you're risking 1 to make 2. But the whole point is that psychological change will affect the way you see your plan and your strategy. So if you know that it takes 7 trades, then when you lose the first 2, you're like, bro, I got to hit 7 anyways. I got 5 more trades. In 5 trades, win, lose, or draw, I should either pass the challenge or be very close to passing. This is the psychological edge you need. Not my win rate is, 90%. A lot of people have strategies that could be 90%. They can't apply themselves to bring a 90% result. Right? So you got to break it down. It's got to be measurable. Let me write this down right here. Okay? It's got to be measurable. Your goals have to be measurable. You got to be able to say how long, how far, how tall, how whatever, right? You've got to have measurements for it. You get what I'm saying? So that's one. The next thing is that it has to be achievable. What does that mean? It means don't tell yourself, I'm going to pass this in a week. That's not achievable. It is in theory. Don't get me wrong. I'm not here to limit you and tell you can't do something. You can do, as the Bible says, all things through Christ who strengthens you. But what I'm telling you is realistically and attainably, what you're doing to yourself is you're putting yourself under what's called mental duress, high stress. And you're being captivated by the stress. The stress has hijacked your emotions, and now you're trading foolishly because you're in a fight or flight mode. What you need to understand is I need to take 7 trades, and it's not going to take me a week because only 3 is going to show up this week. Now, God willing, if those 3 show up, they're all bangers, I'll be up 6%. But I still need to take at least one more trade next week, right? So you have to like understand what you're working with. Telling yourself, bro, I don't care what happens, bro. This year, I'm going to pass this in a week. You've just thrown your money to the wind. You shouldn't have bought the challenge if that's your mindset. Give it time. You know why FTMO was so successful in the beginning? They put 30 days, 30-day limit on their challenges. You know what that causes us as traders to do? Over risk, over trade. In 30 days, you know what happened to me on my first challenge? I ended up not failing it, but I got a retry. Bro, my setups were just not there. And the last week, guess what I was doing? Hail Marying the account. Bro, I'm risking 5%, 4% on every trade, trying to pass this thing. And I ended up just getting back to break even. And they said, well, you technically aren't under, so you didn't fail. Here's a retry. You know what happened on the retry? I'm like, yo, I can't afford to do another retry. They may not give me. Hail Mary! Threw that 6% in there, 5% in there. All you see is that message from FTMO. We're sorry to inform you, you failed the challenge. I'm like, please give me another chance. They're like, sorry. This is by design. That system is set up for us to lose and them to win. Everybody knows this about prop firms. It's just how it goes. Okay? If profitable traders were a benefit to prop firms, the system and the model would be way different. Okay, so FTMO in the beginning had a 30-day limit. Why? Because in 30 days, you're forced. And guess how much they're asking you to make? 10%. You know how hard that is? Like, bro, don't get it twisted. You have months where you're going to make over 10%, but it's very difficult to consistently do that. It's very difficult to consist. Why do you think the more people are consistent and profitable and getting payouts, the bigger account sizes they buy? So that they can reduce their risk. What the big traders out there want to do is that they want to trade with $1 million, $10 million account, whatever the case is, and then take 0.25 risk, 0.5 risk, so that they don't have to risk 1%, 2% every time, right? That way, 0.5% on $1 million, right? 1% of $1 million would be 10,000, right? Yeah, it would be 10,000 because 10% would be 100K. Yeah, so it'd be 10,000. So that way they can risk 5K per trade. What would 5K per trade do for you if every time you risk 5, you're making 10? Bro, you need like 3 trades for the month and you're set. 3 winning trades for the month, you're set, right? 3 winning trades means you're going to make 30 grand. So that's the goal. They start pushing for that instead because making 10% a month will cause you to strain your account. Ranker says, I do pass my challenges in 2 days. But remember, Ranker, what you were saying, right? You also are struggling to not blow. There's a saying that like easy come, easy go. The same way you're passing quickly, it's easy for you to also blow. Because in order for you to do that, you're taking large positions. It's just math. I don't have to look at your account to know you have to take large positions in order to do that. Unless you're taking trades where you hold from the very bottom to the very top each time, which is not likely, right? Not to get on you, I'm saying there are things that let me just put, there's laws that govern certain principles. Everything has principles, has laws, and cause and effect. Everything's like that. Whether it's in trading, relationships, business, you name it. In your life, there are principles, there are laws. We all know the law of gravity. It's the reason why you can't jump off of a building. Gravity is going to take you down. It's just a law. You can't avoid it, right? So it's the same thing when it comes to math. There are mathematical laws, right? There are grammatical laws, right? There are certain things that govern the way things are supposed to play out. And the more you understand the setup, the more you can use it to your advantage. You see what I'm saying? In 8 days, it only took 2 trades of my challenge. Very nice, Fauci. Same thing I'm going to tell you. Like I told Ranker, there's a reason why, no disrespect, some of you are still trying to pass, others are trying not to blow. I don't worry about those things. Not to say I'm perfect. I have my own struggles. Don't get me wrong. You know what I mean? I take trades sometimes I shouldn't take, but those are the challenges I face. But when it comes to trading, my setup is polished. I've never, you guys, I haven't blown an account in years. I have not blown an account in years. I'll say it again. I have not blown an account in years. On my goals list, it has nothing to do with me not blowing my account. It's not possible. I can go into drawdown. I can go into losing trades and losing streaks, and I'll get back up if I follow my strategy. I risk 1 to 2, right? And I don't take more than 2 trades a day. That's it. If I ever blow an account, you know where it comes from? Over trading. You guys remember the screenshot Fauci put up when he showed the magnificent difference between his over trading and his, taking less trades? There's a reason why that shows up like that. You see what I'm saying? So anyways, guys, we're not talking about, we talk about this all the word. And yes, say word. Yes, word. You never blew accounting crazy for you. Yeah, because bro, it's literally math. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying I'm the most perfect trader or I'm highly profitable or all my accounts are making money. I'm saying that my worst account, right, is literally maybe 1 or 2% in drawdown. My worst account. All my other accounts are in profit. My worst account is 1 or 2% in drawdown. I don't have any accounts that are blown. Zero. Because it's math. 1 to 2, 60% win rate minimum. You can't lose. The math just doesn't work. I would have to manipulate or change some elements of my trading for that to work out. I don't blow accounts. I don't. You see what I'm saying? And it's not to say it's because I'm a good trader. It's because I'm disciplined, or try to be, at least. Let me put it that way, right? Because we're not perfect. So that's my whole point. So coming back to this whole thing, imagine if Isaac Newton didn't invent gravity, and if people jump from a building, then they would go up instead of down. I did making jokes. He obviously didn't invent gravity. He discovered it. People would still be going down even if they didn't know it was a thing, right? All right, all jokes aside, guys. So it has to be measurable. And there are certain laws and certain things that go into it. You need these things. Money, and you guys start getting payouts, you're going to have to find a business or something else to put your money into. Because trading is one way to either grow or generate income, but it's not that sustainable because of losing streaks, seasons, and things of that nature. You've got to find somewhere else to shell your money for it to grow consistently and in a more, in a more manageable way, right? Like a more controllable way. So what will happen is that you're going to go start a business, and because you refuse to learn what is required in trading let me put it to you this way. And let me give you guys a scenario. Imagine I'm a business owner. I'm selling consoles. I sell Xboxes, PlayStations, and Nintendos. Think of me this way. The best thing for me to do as a business owner, we're not going to get too complicated. We're just going to keep it simple, is I find out what's selling, right? So what works? So right now PS5 is hot. I'm selling PS5s. Every time I buy a PS5 and I sell one, I double my money. Now imagine I'm not just trying to sell to the demand. I just keep buying PS5s. What will happen to my profit margins and what will happen to my profit overall? If I'm only selling 10 PS5s a week, okay, which means every time I sell one for, let's say, 1,000 or buy one for 500, I make 1,000. Cool, I double my money. But I'm buying more than the people are coming in to purchase. I'm going to be losing money, even though the PS5 game is profitable. This is what you guys are doing when you're over trading. What you're doing is you're giving your profits back to the market. You need to understand, this week I'm up 2 to 3%, 5%, 10%. Good. Take a step back. The fact that you're still pushing tells me it's just a matter of time. I don't have to be a prophet, a guru. I don't have to be a psychic to know that at the end of this curve of your life, that money you have is all gonna be gone. It's math. Do the math. Like it'll play out exactly like that. Because what you're doing is that you're increasing your probability of losing. The more the numbers go up, the exponentially larger everything else grows. It's why trailing drawdown and equity-based drawdown is so terrible. Because as your profit margin increases, what happens to your drawdown? It also increases. I'm up 5%. Guess what happened to my drawdown? My drawdown also went up 5%. So now instead of having the buffer to lose or get the account down to, let's say it's a 100K account, I can't lose less than 5% or more than 5%, which means technically my account can't go below that $95,000 number. And that means if I go to $94,999, then I will lose the account. So if I'm up at 105, I can go all the way down to 96,000 and I still have the account. But when it's equity based or trailing or whatever, it's going to move up as my profits moved up. So now that I'm at 105, my drawdown went from 95 to 100. So if that trade went back down or if I lost that money, I've breached my account. Terrible. Absolutely horrific, right? So I don't buy any. You'll never see me trade any account. I was talking to one of my friends about this the other day. We were talking about buying a specific account, and even the group members, the VIP members. And then when we looked at it, the drawdown was trailing. And even though the opportunity looks amazing, I said, guys, I'm out. I will never buy a challenge that has equity-based drawdown because that's, I don't want, it's, I can't say it's a scam. It's just the worst thing you can put in a trading challenge. It's the worst thing. Right? So static drawdown is the best. So I'm saying all this to say it's the same thing with these things, right? You have to, whatever you do in life, you have to have a system that allows you to grow gradually and to keep your money. That's the, let me tell you the difference between depression and happiness. Financially, not in life, okay? I can't tell you what makes you happy in life, but financially. Financially, this is the difference between depression. You make $11, right? Oops, bro, what is going on? All right, so I'm going to say you make $11, okay? You spend 12. I'm going to put here depression. Okay? Happiness. You make $11. You keep, I'll say 5 to 9. And I'll say happiness. This is the difference. This is the difference, guys. That this financially, this is all it is. You know how many people I know that make $100K a year and are broke? You guys, when I'm here stressing to you guys about being disciplined, you guys think I'm trying to teach you my way or my strategy. I don't care if you have a 1 to 25,000 RR. I don't care if you made 90 grand this year, this month, this week. I will always still tell you be disciplined because eventually what you don't conquer will meet you at the door. You guys, I'm older than a lot of you. I've lived long enough to know the habits we don't conquer today, they wait for us down the street. You guys ever watched the movie with Troy? You guys ever, who has seen Troy before? Troy is about a wicked warrior named Achilles. Arguably the greatest warrior to ever live. One of the greatest, right? He one time opened up to this girl that he was, in Toronto we say he was, in Fauci's days, me and Fauci's days, we say he was chopping her, right? And he was talking to her, long story short, he opened up to her. And what happened was, she was asking him about how strong he is and all this stuff. And eventually he talks about how the people that he kills during the day, at night, they wait for him by the seashore. And he couldn't sleep. He was somebody who had trouble sleeping because when he goes to bed, all the souls that he took their lives, he sees them in their dreams. Like, there is no escape from the things that we do. Great movie, Bible Unfolded. Absolutely. Troy is a fantastic movie. Shout out to Bible Unfolded, fire name. You see what I'm saying? I'm kind of paraphrasing here and stretching the point, but you guys get what I'm saying. Whatever we don't conquer, or whatever we do, we can't run away from. So if you implement bad habits of overtrading, risking, it's going to show up in... Why do you guys think a lot of people can't trade? You think it's because the market maker or the bank is trying to stop you out? Your habits don't allow you to succeed. Has nothing. We are always trading, especially in the beginning when we're new, out of fear or greed. One of the two. There's no in between. When I first started trading, I would enter a position. I'd be up like... Let's say I risked like, I don't know, $1. I'd be up like $15. And I'd be like, no, I saw, who can I use? Q Banks. I saw Q Banks. He made like 700,000, bro. I'm holding. I see Q Banks. You know what happened? The price would come all the way back down. Then I'm down like minus $30, right? Greed. Too greedy. What does Q Banks got to do with me? Q Banks is making his money. That let him do his thing. I got to worry about me. I should have taken my 15 and been grateful for it. Right? Or sometimes you see price news is going through the roof. You're like, oh my God, look all the money I'm missing. You start hitting buy. As soon as you hit buy, what happens? Sell. The market understands people's emotions. The market is a graph to display emotion. Yes, we trade with banks, but if you really look at it, especially like in the stock market, it's all emotions. People are buying and people are buying when they hear good news. They're selling when they're panicking. That's emotional stuff, right? So I'm saying all this to say, setting goals, habits, these things, they're very important. You guys have a lot of goals. You want to pass a challenge. You want to get a payout. It all comes from the things you build outside of the charts. You see what I'm saying? I saw some questions here. I don't want to miss them. So let me go back here real quick. When you enter in the 1 minute, do you put your stop loss above or below a 15-minute candle or what? No. Just always the recent swing high or swing low. That's it. I think Adib the other day said, bro, isn't your stop loss too big? And I was like, I just said it nicely to him on Instagram. I was like, no, it's on the 1 minute chart. It's fine. But realistically, you guys have to understand that this trade right here, where my stop loss is like this, okay, and my take profit is here, somebody is taking this trade, risking $4 and trying to make whatever, $16. Another person is risking $400 and trying to make $1,600. Another person's stop loss is here, okay? They're risking the same $400, okay? And they're going to make $800. Another person's stop loss is here. They're risking the same $400. They're going to make $1,200. It really, like, the stop loss size doesn't matter because of risk management. If we were trading on accounts where the account size was $100, then yes, stop loss is too big because now I might be losing $10 instead of $5. But on a 100K account, you can drag your stop loss pretty. Why do you think people swing trade? People are trading on the 1 hour chart. Okay. Let me just do this real quick. People are trading on the 4 hour chart. In fact, let's use the daily. People are trading on the daily. So somebody entering here, let's say somebody enters maybe like over here. Their stop loss has got to be there. Their TP's here. You know how long they've got to hold this for? And you might look at this and be like, oh, because of the perspective of the chart, stop loss doesn't look too big. But that person can be risking $100. That person can be risking $1,000. That person can be risking 5K. Because of the account size and how pips and stuff work, you should be able to stretch your stop loss and still risk the same amount that is required, or the same percent that's required for you to do your 1 to 2 and all that stuff, right? So it's not really about how big your stop loss is. It's about how efficient your system is. For me, it doesn't matter that my stop loss is here, because what this tells me is that if price breaks below this point, I was wrong completely about the trade. I shouldn't be, there you go. I shouldn't be manipulated, right? It should be I was either right or I was wrong about the direction. So if my stops are at a recent swing low, in order for price to take me out, it has to be breaking structure, which tells me I got the direction wrong, type of thing. So don't worry about, people are so in love with this. I see a lot of traders in the Discord sometimes doing this. This is great, but you guys, do you know why in the funding stages it's hard for you to make money unless you're maybe trading futures? Because spreads alone will get you washed like this. If I go down, let me get rid of this real quick. Let me go back down to the 1 minute. I go down to the 1 minute. I want to take a trade like this, put my stops like this. You guys can't see it because the spreads aren't showing. You just see this line. But in reality, the spread is something like this, at least. So what happens is that your stop loss is here, but price will actually take you out right there. You need room. You need breathing room. The reason why these challenges, you pass them and it was so easy, then you get to fund it and it feels different, is because they're trying to mimic an actual live environment in the funded stage. And in the funding stage, there's spreads and there's all these different things that are not really accounted for in the challenge phase, and you start to feel it. So now you're trading like this and it's hard to do the same, because if price so much as sometimes even comes up to here, you're out the trade. You're out the trade. Stop focusing on the sexiness of the trade and focus on protecting your capital. The reason why my stop loss will go here if I enter sell is because in order for me to be taken out, price has to break this high, which would be breaking structure. It's got to go above these levels. You could get wicked out, don't get me wrong. Manipulation happens. But if I'm selling, it should be like this. 1 to 2. This should be my setup. It should be just like this. Emmanuel, my boy. What's good? What's good, Ryan? Do I know you personally, Ryan? I'm not sure, because my name is, I don't know if you're saying me, because my name is spelled incorrectly if it's me. But either way, what's good, brother? What's good? Hope you're doing great. Thank you for joining the live stream, right? So you guys get my point. So that's why I put my stop losses there, just to answer Fauci's question. All right? So this is how it goes. Everybody's so like, they see people doing this stuff and they want to do it. Guys, good luck. I'm not saying it's not doable. I'm saying you're focused on the wrong things. Does it matter that, okay, let me get this straight. I watch some of you guys and I see the profits, and I don't know if Ranker's still here. I remember one time Ranker put up a post, and in the post he had taken like 20 trades to make $1,000. And my lowest trade on let's say a 50K account, I wouldn't make less than $1,000 off of one trade. So why should I? And Ranker, this is not to get at you. I always tell you, if you're doing what you're doing and it works, keep doing it. I'll never tell you to change. But for me personally, I don't want this type of trading and I only made 1,000. If I'm in a trade like this, I want to make 8K. I don't want to be in a trade like this and make 1,000. Oh, and I don't want to take multiple positions, right? Multiple entries in these trades, right? And at the end of the day, after all those 30 trades, I made like $1,000. Why not just take a 1 to 2, risk 1% of the account, and that's fine, right? But everybody trades differently. So that's how I look at it. So for me, I'm not in love with, don't get me wrong. There are some, you guys have seen me do before. There are some trades you take like this. You get a nice 1 to 6, 1 to 5. Boy, you feel like a superstar. You feel nice, right? It's great because I only take 1 to 2. So when I hit those type of trades, I feel nice. And I've had trades where I've hit even harder than that. But my whole point is that I don't look for this every day. I look for my 1 to 2. I get in, put my stops at a 1 to 2, and I'm out. That's it. That's all I do. That's all I do. 1 to 2 is enough because it depends on how much you're risking. You guys saw the trade when I made 7K? You know how much I risked on that? I just risked 3% or 3.5% or something like that. It really depends on how much you're risking. So you could do a 1 to 7 if you like. That's cool. Or if you want to make 7K, just do the math. That's how I trade, right? So it's different for everybody. But just to respond to Fauci's question and to kind of pivot off of that, this is my mindset behind these things. Don't fall too in love with these. You like to see people seeing these like, oh, they entered right here. I have trades like that too, but they're rare. Just focus on being consistent because like I told you guys last time, you can't go home to your wife or your partner and say, hey, babe, I was up 8K, but I decided to lose the money because I was trying to hit a 1 to. She wouldn't even understand what that means. All she understands is that did you make money or no? And if she finds out you were up 8K when 2K was enough and you let it all go because you tried to catch a 1 to 8, or you chopped up the trade to the point where you only made 500. Like, I mean, how are you going to explain that to your partner? That we're down now because I was chasing 1 to 13 or guys, just make money. You're here to make money. That's all that. It doesn't matter if you entered like this, okay? And your take profit was all the way down here. Your stop loss this. If you made money, you are a happy camper. That's all that matters in trading. When I was chasing all these other things, I was losing. Trading looks sexy because of how we portray it, but in reality, you're here to grow your money or to make money. Focus on that. Okay, some of the ugliest setups I've ever seen are the most lucrative. Speaking of Q Banks, have you guys ever seen some of his setups? I watched, this was like back in the day. I watched the setup. I was thinking about the other day. I'm like, bro, it's crazy because you don't really realize these things until you're like trading too. But I saw a setup where Q Banks had entered, let's say if price is supposed to go down, his entry was like somewhere here. His stop loss was like somewhere here. Looks like, let's say a 1 to 1. I can't remember. It's like a rare trade. But you know how much that man made off that trade? He made 6 figures. So let me get this straight. Does it matter that my stop loss was here and I made 500 in this trade? And somebody else's stop loss was this wide and they made 100K? Like, does it matter? It makes no difference. All that matters is at the end of the day, the money that enters our account. You know what I'm saying? So let me get back to some of these questions real quick. And do you keep it same most of the time? Yeah, I always follow my rules to the T. Breakup structure, stop loss below the recent swing low or above the recent swing high if I'm selling. Same thing. Fam, do you believe we need to be told what to do because our mind is set or how we get raised? It's not that you need to be told what to do. You need guidance sometimes. I gained weight, Crazy World. Yeah, I was over the holidays, bro. So what I was doing before, God, I'm getting sidetracked. I was doing a bit of a sugar fast, so I was like losing weight in my face and in my body. And then over the holidays, bro, I'm sorry, bro. The amount of chocolate and cookies and good cooking that was around, bro. I was like, I'll do this when I get back in the new year. So if I've gained some weight, it's because of that. But thanks for joining the live. As always, glad to have you back, Crazy World. I recognize you from last time. So Fauci's asking, do you believe we need to be told what to do or because of how our minds are set or the way we're raised? And it's not that we need to be told what to do. We need guidance, right? Here's where wisdom and knowledge separate. Everybody is knowledgeable. Wisdom is the skillful application of knowledge, which comes with experience most of the time. So if you don't have that experience, you need to seek that experience out so somebody can use their wisdom to guide you and help you correct or avoid making mistakes. That's how it goes. So for example, Fauci, I wouldn't say I wouldn't say that you need to be, as an adult, you need to be told what to do. That only happens if you don't have good control over your life or if your life is not in order. You'll eventually end up in a position where somebody has to tell you when to do things, how to do it, because you're not doing it for yourself. You guys ever hear that term of like, if you don't build your dreams, somebody will hire you to build theirs? It's a real thing, right? If you don't do it for yourself, somebody else will kind of make you do it, because the way this economy and world works, we've all got to be working, giving some form of value, or we don't eat or survive. And so if you don't figure out how to do it for yourself, somebody else, you're going to be in a position where you're dependent on someone else to help you with that. So it's not that we need to be told what to do. It's that we need to be guided. So for example, in your trading journey, right? You've said this a lot yourself, that some of the stuff I've shared has helped you become a better trader. And now you're close to being passing your challenge, like taking the challenge, passing and getting funded. And it's not because I told you what to do. It's because I guided you on where to correct your mistakes. Right? If I told you what to do, you could get some results, but you would never grow. You need to be guided so that you can improve and progress properly for you. Because your mindset, your habits, your tendencies are different than mine. So if I keep telling you what to do, you're just going to be like a zombie and you'll be mediocre. But if I guide you, you'll become the best version of yourself. So we don't need to be told what to do. We need to be guided. So I hope that answers that. Let me get back to some of the other questions. Bible Unfolded said, if you had a 25K three-phase account with a daily balanced base drawdown of 4% and a max drawdown of 8%, and phase 1 has been 8%, phase 2 is 4%, and phase 3 is 4%, how much would you risk to make a day? So for me, the Bible Unfolded, I'm sorry I got to your question late. If you're still here, this is how I approach all my challenges. In the beginning, I feel like that African guy in the meme. In the beginning. All right, so in the beginning, how I approach all my trades or all my challenges is like this. When I'm above or when I'm at the initial balance, I'm risking 1%. I will continue to risk 1% per trade until I'm below that threshold. So for example, you have a 25K account. That means every time I risk a trade, risk 1%, I'm risking $250 of that account to make 500. So as long as that account is at 25K or more, it's 1%. The second, and I mean the second it goes 24,999 and under, I'm risking 0.5% until I'm back up. That's how I approach it. Because you also, it's not that you want to pass it fast, but you don't want to spend 9 months passing these challenges. So you need to at least risk a decent size so that it gets you at a decent pace without rushing. But when you win, it compounds a lot quicker. So that's how I would approach it. Even though the daily, the max, the daily drawdown is 4%, it means no difference to me. Like people ask this a lot. They'd be like, oh, if the daily drawdown is 5%, bro, if you are risking, here's my rules. Shakira's in the building. What it do, baby? Here are my rules. If I'm taking a challenge account, here are my rules. No more than 2 trades a day, maximum of 2% loss, which means under no circumstances, whether the sky falls down or the ground beneath us falls through, we should not be hitting anywhere close to that 4 or 5%. If I do that, I'm breaking rules, over trading, over leveraging. Period. So those numbers, they usually mean nothing to me. What I check more for is like drawdown and the rules they get you, like, oh, you traded at 9:35 when Jerome Powell was on screen, so you lose your whole account. Those are the things I look for. But risk management is already set for me. I just go in, I understand I got to risk 1% when I'm above. If I'm down, I got to risk 0.5% to catch up. That's all. So I hope that answers your question, Bible Unfolded. Let me know if you need more clarification. Fauci said cookies. Yoker, Yokaris, what's good? What's good? He said, Yo4, what's good, brother? Welcome back. Crazy Well said, this year I want to be more disciplined. I lost 8 past challenges due to not following very basic things, rules. Bro, first off, Crazy Well, shout out to you. I appreciate the transparency. It's just very commendable, very wonderful, very lovely to see. But I want to tell you that this is what kills a lot of people. It's not the strategy. It's not it's literally that. Even I was explaining this earlier when you were not here, that when I go through a patch in my trading, it's always because I'm breaking my rules. Always. If I stick to my rules, I will never. And I was telling everybody earlier, I have not blown a challenge or an account in years, because I just follow my risk management. You see what I'm saying? So, Crazy World, your goal this year, if I had to give you a rule. So before you guys came, we had this. Let me just show you guys real quick. It was somewhere up here. Where's it at? Right here. Perfect. Oops. Let me move this all over. This was our, there you go, trading goals. Okay. My fault. And then we had stuff like this over here. All right. So these are the goals for you, Crazy World. I would say take everything else out because you already passed 8 challenges. You are a I want you, when you write your notes, write down, I'm one of the, if not, I'm the best trader in my generation. You passed 8 challenges. You need to tell yourself you are goated. You are amazing. But you get in your own way. So you tell yourself you're amazing, but learn to be disciplined and you'll be more formidable. It's like sharpening your sword. Your goal this year, take everything else. Don't worry about back testing. Even though you have to do it every so often. Don't worry about trying to refine your strategy. Leave all that alone. You already got a working system. Teach yourself how to say no trade for the day. That's it. That's the last one. Teach yourself to say, nope, I'm walking away. I don't care. I lost 2%. I'm gone. Teach yourself to do that. And those 8 accounts, not only will you get it back, you'll keep them. You'll be out of here in no time. One day you're going to come out and live, be like, yo, foreign. Just want to say a quick shout out. Followed your advice. Now I'm up. I promise you. What's standing between you and the goal? Listen, people think we're separated from our goals by time, a series of days, years. Oh, you know what? Next year, I'm going to be it's not next year. It's next step. You're separated by your goals from steps. If you think about how close Crazy World is to being a very, not just profitable, lucrative trader. I don't care if it's 8 5K accounts. 8 by 5 is how much? 40. That means he has a 40K account minimum. 40K account, if he makes 10% is 4K. If he makes 5% is 2K. Depending on what part of the world he's in, he's set. He's good for the month if he can make those numbers. You see what I'm saying? So for you to get 8 accounts, you're good. You're separated by your goals from steps. Crazy World is one act away from becoming a totally different person financially. Think about that. If you're still here, Crazy World, I need you to go to bed with this. Be like, bro, I just realized it's not 3 months, 5 months. It's one Uganda. Uganda, the money you make in USD is going to be, I don't know how it is. And where my parents are from, Ghana, bro, you send $100, bro, man's to get like $1,000. You see what I'm saying? So if it's the same in Uganda or similar, you'll be blessed. And even in UK, Canada, whatever, making a couple $1,000s a month, it's still amazing. It can still do a lot for you. You see what I'm saying? So go to bed understanding to be like, yo, wait, it's not going to take me this year to get back 8 accounts. If I stop myself and you do what we wrote over here, right? Measuring how many trades. You're risking 1 to 2. You're a 60% trader. You need 7 trades in total, meaning wins and losses. You just got to take 7 trades. $1 is like 3,000. You see? Bro, if my man gets 8 accounts, 8 5K accounts, and he makes even 0.5% across all his accounts, which is 40K, that means he will make, he'll be risking 400 for 1%. So he'd be risking okay, good. So if he makes even $200 a week, a month with that type of conversion rate, he's going to be like those you ever see those South Africans? I will buy your village. I will buy your village. They go around like threatening people because they got money now from trading. He'll be one of those. He'll be able to do great things, help his community, change his family's life. I don't know how far 3,000 goes in Uganda, but all I'm saying is that if it goes the way I think it goes, you're going to be blessed. You're one step away from being that guy. Not years, not months. You're one step away. You see what I'm saying? So if I'm you this year, my goal is one thing. I'm writing on a piece of paper, be disciplined. You know what that means? Force yourself to do the things you don't like to do. That's the definition of discipline. Over and over and over again. All right, Crazy World, hope that helps you. Shakir said, family, hey, brother, salute, man. All day, every day. Adib said, bro, what should one's week profit target percentage be so that if he achieves it, he stops trading for the rest of the week? Bro, let me tell you how I treat things. If I take everybody in my, Dean is in the building. What's good, Dean? What it do, baby? What's good? I'm glad to see you guys back, man. It's been a long time. Missed you guys. If I take a trade for the week, right? This is how, you guys, everything is psychological for me. Okay? Everything's psychological. I'm in business and I trade. You start to understand everything is mind. Here. Mind, body, soul. Okay, cool. When I take a trade for the week, if my first trade is a dub, I'm up 2%, 3%, whatever the case is. For the rest of the week, you know what I'm doing? I'm being picky. Now, my job as a trader is to take whatever shows up, so I'll still end up doing it. But if You know those times where you're like, you're going through the market, you're like, man, this could work, it may not work, because even though you feel like through your intuition might work, but your setup isn't crystal clear, I skip all of those. I don't have to take it. In fact, there are times where I'm like, you know what, psychologically I'm good. I'm gonna come back next week. That's how I keep my money, guys. You don't have to trade every day. I'm up 2% for the week. If I do 2% every week, how much will I be up at the end of the month? 8%. People don't understand how fast things compound. Right? You know how they say, like, well, it's hard to make your first million, but after that it starts to roll in. It's like that with making your first 10K. You make your first 10K, building on top of that isn't hard because you already have something that makes 10K. It's just everything compounds. So that's how I treat everything. Okay. When I first started Deep, to answer your question, if I win my first trade for the week, for the rest of the week, I'm picky. A+ setups only. I mean, I try to do A+ setups all the time, but there are some times where you see a trade and you'll be like, sorry guys, I just got message. Yeah. So anyway, so that's how I treat my trading. If I make 2%, I will either take the week off, or if I take another trade, I will sometimes risk 0.5%. But if the setup is another A+, then I'll take a full percent, because I have to, what's it called? I have to also, part of being disciplined, remember, is doing things you don't feel like. Even though I don't feel like taking another trade, I have to if the setup actually shows up. So that's how I, treat it. Let's see. Shakir said, yo, bro. Yoker said, what do you suggest about how to trade one-step challenge? Trailing drawdown is there. Bro, trading drawdown, I was talking about it before you got in here. I don't buy any challenges with trailing drawdown. I don't want to say it's a scam, but it's one of the worst things to me when it comes to trading. It's unfair. You mean to tell me I'm up 5K, but because I made 5K, you're moving my drawdown up 5K? For what reason? Now, it's like moving your stops to break even as a prop firm. I get it, right? Because then now they really don't lose no money. But they were never losing money to begin with, because these are all simulated funds. But what it does is that because the money isn't real, you have to ask yourself, well, if the money's not real and they lose nothing, why are they doing that? It's so that you have a higher chance of losing. I will never trade with a prop firm or a challenge account that's trailing drawdown. I won't do it. So for me, I would say to you, do your 1 to 2%, because then in a worst case scenario, if you take one trade a day doing that, you shouldn't be able to violate the stuff. Those things are violated when you're risking like 2-3%, or you're taking too many trades in a day. Take your 1 to 2s, get out of there. You should be fine. That's how I would approach it. Fauci said, wait, say that again. 8 challenges passed is crazy. Yeah, that's what Crazy World said. 8 challenges passed for sure. You freeze? No, I'm still here. Does Top Step do that? Do what? Trailing drawdown? No. Bro, there's a problem with your mic. Sometimes there is no sound. Oh, you know what it is, Adib? It's this wire. I have 2. I switched this out for another one. I'm using it somewhere else. This one is a bit faulty, so I'm going to switch it back so that it doesn't do that. But anyways, guys, that's pretty much it for today. Unfortunately, I do have to go. Duty calls. I've got a lot of things to take care of and to get going. So the next... Hey, Mufondo! Man, I'm glad to see all of you guys back here. Unfortunately, guys, I do have to head out. I should be back. Should is the key word. It's January. We're still easing into things, but I should be back on Thursday. All right, guys, so just keep that in your mind. If you're unsure, you can always hit me up on Discord and be like, hey, bro, when are you coming back? And I'll tell you. But for the most part, we will continue this, and maybe we'll continue with the goal setting. It's very important, guys. This is going to be the difference between what happened to you last year and this year, what changes. All right? Which props would you suggest without trailing jaw? Bro, here's the thing. I know for people, Uganda, Kenya, Zimbabwe, Zambia, them countries, it's very difficult to put so much money into something. What's good, AJ? But unfortunately, the only prop firms I can recommend are FTMO, the 5%ers, maybe Alpha Capital Group. I keep saying that. The reason is you need to go with prop firms that are sure to pay you out and have a consistent, robust system. Anybody else is up in the air. They'll find some weird reason to breach you, or you might run into challenges. So I can't, in good conscience, recommend a prop firm I've not used and had good experiences with. Those are the 3 that so far are in my books for good prop firms. There are others that I'm using right now, right? And Top Step. Top Step is a fantastic for doing futures. Other than those 3 or 4 that I just mentioned, I can't recommend anyone else because it's disingenuous for me to tell you go with, let's say, Funding Pips, and I've never used Funding Pips. That's wrong. That's called misleading, and I don't want to mislead you. So unfortunately, those are the only 3 or 4 platforms I can recommend. Giveaway update, still waiting. I said it at the beginning of this, still waiting for these guys. They're in Christmas holidays or whatever. They're getting this stuff back. I just spoke with the guy literally a couple days ago. He said we might be able to go to the next step, so I'm just waiting. But as soon as everything goes through, you guys will know. You guys already know. So that's the update for that. So again, once again, with that being said, guys, love each and every one of you guys. Keep crushing it out there. Oh, by the way, before you guys go, I'm going to start doing a Discord member of the month. All right. And I'm working on, don't hold me to it. I know Adib's going to be like, bro, you said I get a free account. No. I didn't say anything. I said I'm working on some sort of incentive, or not incentive, rewards program in a sense, or a point system where like those of you guys, because I see a lot of you guys in there helping people, being very comforting, being very supportive, being great people in there. You know what I mean? And I want to kind of encourage those of you guys who are spending your time and you're sharing your knowledge, right? So I'm thinking of doing a Discord member of the month. And what I might do is stuff like if there's a giveaway, you might have like a 50% chance of winning something, or, you know what I mean? Or maybe you can maybe accumulate points. I'm working on it, but you guys know there's a lot of stuff going on, so it'll take time. But I will probably start maybe at the end of the month, maybe February. So keep that in the back of your head. All right. With that being said, love each and every one of you guys. You guys are awesome. You guys are great. Love seeing you guys. Love spending time with you guys. We'll do this again, God willing, next time on Thursday, 11 a.m. sharp. Be there or be square. Love, peace, and safety, as Fauci would say. You guys have a good one. Peace. Take a look at my